And welcome back. Now, the Civil War has just ended, and Confederate soldier Caleb DeLeon has returned from the war to find his family missing and two former slaves living in the ruins of his home. Here with more on how the Whipping Man explores the struggle with roles, faith, and confronting secrets are Barbara and Van. Thank you guys for joining us. So it's Theater Thursday. We're kind of talking about this play called The Whipping Man. Tell me, Barbara, a little bit about what this play is about.
Well, it takes place just after the signing at Appomattox, and Caleb comes home from the war. He's been fighting in the war, and he comes home to his house in Richmond. He belonged to a rich merchant family, and he's coming home expecting that everything is going to be the same, that everybody's going to be there waiting for him, and he finds the house in ruins and two former slaves of the family living there, and things just kind of start steamrolling and spiraling, and events happen and things are revealed, and these three men's lives are turned upside down.
Yeah, and so again, February is Black History Month, so tell me a little bit about the significance of that in this play.
Oh, well, what do you think, Van?
I think that it's an untold story. The fact that there were slaves owned by Jews is something that hasn't really been talked about. I know I never really learned about it much until this show.
Yeah, and there were a lot of Jewish merchant families in the Confederacy, and so but you know, we kind of don't learn about that in high school, and you know, what would it mean for a black person to be a Jew and yet be a slave? It's one of the things in the play they talk about. In Leviticus, you know, it says that a Jew shall not own another Jew. So why did this family choose to bring their slaves up in the faith, whereas probably most other ones wouldn't have done that?
Yeah, it kind of, I think, would also bring to light a different dynamic. You know, he's coming home and he was the master, and now his slaves are here, you know, and a lot, probably a mystery as to what happened. But you briefly mentioned faith as one of the key roles in this play, too. Tell me a little bit about how that kind of intertwines in the play.
Well, you know, I think like for Van's character, Simon, he is more devout than probably the other two guys, and Caleb has lost his faith in the course of the war. But they have a Seder, because it's Passover, and kind of a made-up one, you know, with just whatever they can get. And within that, that's kind of the catalyst for Caleb to reveal something to Simon, which will ultimately mean probably his death. So it's you know, what that kind of the push and pull of faith for all three characters, you know, it brings them up, it brings them down, it's something that sustains them, and it's something that crushes them as well.
Yeah. So Barbara, you're their director,
yes,
correct? And then Van, you play Simon?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this Simon character.
Simon, having been recently freed, I think attributes his freedom directly to God, and having been so devout in his religion that because of the way that he believes, that is the key reason for his freedom. And to see the dynamic he now has with the other characters because of it, I think is very powerful.
Yeah. No, I think so too. And we were talking about it earlier. One of the kind of recurring themes in the play is freedom, correct? And as far as just the logistics of it, where can we go to see this?
Oh, it's at the new Vortex Theatre. You know, it used to be over in the University District off of Central, and now it's on Carlisle. It's 2900 Carlisle Northeast.
Okay.
I always forget the directions.
Yeah, and we'll have more on it. You can see it right there on your screen.
There we go.
The address right there. And dates, too. Starts this weekend?
Yes, it opens Friday the 1st, runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday and Saturday at 7:30, Sundays at 2.
At 2. Okay, gotcha. Tickets. Where can we find tickets?
You can buy tickets online. Vortex.
Yeah, the vortex.com. It's a website, and you can also at the door. But it's good to call and make reservations, especially on Sundays, because we're having really great talkbacks led by educators and a rabbi.
And very quickly, what's one of the biggest things you want people to take away from this?
I want them to think about their own lives and the role freedom plays in it.
Yeah,
what
no,
that means to
absolutely.
them.
We were talking about that. It sounds like a very, I think, intriguing and interesting play with a lot going on.
Yes.
One of those ones I think kind of tugs on the heartstrings,
Yes.
too, it
Definitely.
sounds like.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, guys, so much for
You're very
joining
welcome.
us today. We'll have more details. Like we said, you can go to the website Vortex
Yes.
and buy some tickets. We'll also have more details on our website, KRQE.com, so you won't want to miss it. Sounds very good. All right, we'll be right back.